The Israeli-Palestinian conflict continues to escalate, with US President Joe Biden criticizing Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's handling of the hostage crisis. Biden expressed his disappointment with Netanyahu's efforts to secure the release of hostages taken by Hamas on October 7, saying no when asked if he thought Netanyahu was doing enough. As the situation remains dire, Israeli forces have killed at least 48 Palestinians in the past 24 hours, with Palestinian officials reporting 7 Palestinians killed in 2 Israeli airstrikes on Gaza City. Meanwhile, a polio vaccination campaign is underway in Gaza, with over 80,000 children vaccinated in central areas. The UN Palestinian Refugee Agency UNRWA has repeated its call for an immediate ceasefire to ensure a successful and safe polio vaccination campaign. However, the violence continues, with Israel's labor court ordering an end to the general strike that brought the country's economy to a standstill on Monday. The strike, launched by Israel's main trade union Histadrut, aimed to pressure Netanyahu into negotiating a ceasefire deal with Hamas and securing the release of the remaining hostages. Mass protests erupted across Israel over the weekend, with an estimated 500,000 people demanding the government prioritize the hostages' release. The humanitarian crisis in Gaza continues to deepen, with at least 40,786 Palestinians killed and 94,224 wounded in Israel's military offensive since October 7. Authorities in Pakistan's Punjab are on alert as heavy monsoon rains are expected in the next 24 hours. The Provincial Disaster Management Authority, PDMA, has warned that the rain spell will last until Wednesday, impacting districts such as Rawalpindi, Gujranwala, and Lahore. While water levels in major rivers like Mangla Dam and Tarbela Dam remain under control, with Mangla at 79% capacity and Tarbela at full capacity, the PDMA advises citizens to take precautions and contact the helpline at 1129 in case of emergencies. Recent rains in Punjab have already resulted in 1 death and several injuries due to roof collapses and lightning strikes. Across the border in India, more than 60 people have lost their lives in severe flooding caused by heavy rains in 3 states. Gujarat is the worst affected, with over 45 deaths, while Telangana and Andhra Pradesh have reported 9 and 10 deaths, respectively. The Indian Army has been deployed in Gujarat since August 27 to assist with rescue operations. Telangana's Chief Minister Revanth Reddy has announced financial aid of 500,000 Indian rupees for the families of those who lost their lives and urged the federal government to declare the disaster a national calamity. In neighboring Bangladesh, the flood situation remains dire, with over 5.3 million people affected across 11 districts. Many are struggling to access basic necessities, underscoring the urgent need for relief efforts and long-term solutions to address the underlying causes of these recurring disasters. The Islamabad High Court, IHC, is set to hear a contempt plea on September 19 concerning the controversy over Justice Jahangiri's law degree. This issue resurfaced last week when Karachi University reportedly cancelled his degree. The case, which began with a letter circulating on social media in July questioning the legitimacy of the degree, will be reviewed by a full bench led by Chief Justice Umar Farooq, excluding Justice Jahangiri. The court had previously issued notices to various journalists and agencies to investigate the matter. In economic news, Pakistan's Consumer Price Index, CPI, rose by 9.6% year-on-year in August, marking a 34-month low, according to the Pakistan Bureau of Statistics. This is a decrease from July's 11.1% inflation and significantly lower than the 27.4% recorded in August 2023. Urban inflation for August stood at 11.7%, while rural inflation was 6.7%. Specific items saw dramatic price increases, such as urban food prices for onions, which surged by 136.32%, and gas charges, which rose by 318.74%. In Khyber Pakhtunkhwa's Upper Kohistan district, 3 people, including 2 army personnel, died after a landslide struck a bus on the Karakoram highway early Monday morning. The bus was en route to Hunza when large boulders hit it. The previous night's heavy rain also caused multiple blockages on the highway between Bissam and Dyma, stranding passengers. Rescue teams have advised travelers to exercise caution. A Russian airstrike targeted Kyiv early Monday, marking the latest assault on the Ukrainian capital. Ukraine's air defense successfully intercepted 22 out of 35 missiles and 20 out of 23 drones over several regions, including Kyiv, Kharkiv, and Dnipro, according to the city's military administration via Telegram. Despite these defenses, explosions were reported across Kyiv, with one injury due to falling debris in the Shevchenkivsky district. Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko confirmed emergency responses in multiple districts. Meanwhile, in the Russian region of Belgorod, a Ukrainian attack destroyed a childcare facility, prompting local schools to shift to online classes. Belgorod's governor Vyacheslav Gladkov described it as a bad morning for the region. This exchange of strikes comes as Russia reported the downing of 158 Ukrainian drones the previous day, in what it called one of the largest drone attacks of the war. Ukrainian forces also continued their incursion into Russia's Kursk region, with Moscow's forces struggling to repel them.